Hello guys, you are welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to learn how to make this dress, but mine is going to be a top with a peplum. Yeah, so let's get right into this video. For this video, I'm using this 2 yards Ankara fabric and this black. Mine is not up to 2 yards, but yours should be up to 2 yards for the sleeve to be exaggerated. Yeah, so we are starting with our bodice block. Here I have all my necessary lines ready, my bust line, my under bust line, and my waist line. So we'll go ahead and construct our neckline and shoulder. For the neckline, I'm using 3 inches for neck width, and neck depth I'm using 3 inches as well. Then the shoulder I'll use 5 inches, and then I'll drop the shoulder by 1 inch, draw my basic neck, and then I'll connect it to that shoulder point like so. For the chest line, you divide your bust by 6 and add 1.5 inches. Then you take the measurements from the tip of your shoulder and connect like so. This side, I just went ahead to cross check the measurements, and then I went ahead to draw my chest line. And then I draw my armhole line by cross checking the measurements at that point and applying it on the chest line just to get a straight line. Then I connected this way, then I went ahead to check the midpoint of that chest line, which is the chest line, the measurements we got from the chest line. I got the midpoint of it and then I marked that side. Then I divided my bust by 4 on the chest line, and then I did the same thing on the bust line. Then I divided my waist by 4 as well and I added 1 inch for that. I connected my side seam this way. Then I went ahead to draw my armhole curve as well. Now our bodice block is done, our front bodice block is done. For that, I use my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches, which is 8, sorry, divided by 2 is 4. And then I apply that measurement from the center front. On the waistline, I went ahead to take in my dart, which is half inch on both sides of the dart, and connect it like this. Then I went ahead to cut it out. Now for the front part of the dress, I'm measuring 6 inches from the shoulder, that is my neck depth. Then from the neck point, I measured 3.5 inches, and then I'll connect it like so, just to touch the armhole with a straight line. Then then at this point I realized my camera went off. So what I did was I reduced my neckline by half an inch on both sides, or that is half an inch on the shoulder. I measured in half an inch on the shoulder, and I measured in half an inch on the neck depth. Then on my new neckline, I also measured half an inch on both sides, that is on the line extended to the shoulder, that is that line that is extended to the shoulder. I also measured half an inch on both sides and connect like so. Then I moved to my underbust. On my underbust, I also measured half an inch on both sides of the that, and then I first connected with a straight line to touch the waistline, and then I connect with a curve as shown, just like this, meaning you connect from the under bust with a curve to touch the bust line. For my back bodies, I repeated the same thing I did for the front. The only difference is the neck depth. So now here I'll go ahead and reduce the back neckline like what I did for the front as well, like so. Here, before I cut out the pattern pieces, I'll go ahead and extend that neck tighten I did on the yoke as well, so that by the time I want to join, it will be equal. Yeah, so here I'll go ahead and cut all the pattern pieces out, and then I'll show you what next. Here all done, so we are moving to the peplum part. So here we are cutting a 720 flare, and this is the calculation for it. Your waist divided by 6.28, and you divide your answer by 2. So here my waist is 32 divided by 6.28, then the answer I'll divide that by 2. So my waist is 32 divided by 6.28 is 5.1, and divided by 2 is 2.5. So that 2.5 will be my radius, that is the radius for the waist. That would be the first method. Now the second method is your waist divided by 2, and let's say now my waist is 32 divided by 2 is 6. Now 16. Now 16 divided by 6.28, and the answer is 2.5. You see, I have the same answer for both formula. Okay, so when you calculate, you can use any of the formula, whatever you have. You now add the length of your peplum. So right now I want my peplum to be 8, and then plus 1 inch seam allowance. So I made everything 9. So the radius is 2.5 plus the length of the peplum, which is 9. So the answer is 12.5. So it's 12.5 that we are going to use to fold the fabric. So this is how you go about it. Using the radius and the length, which is 12.5, I'm going to fold it this way, 12.5, and then at the edge of the fabric, I'll still measure 12.5 upwards, and then I'll fold it at that point. So when I measure 12.5, I'll indicate that side, and then I'll fold it, and all it will be 4 folds. So this is how it's going to look like. So I'll go ahead and do the same thing on the fabric. So here I'm repeating the same thing on the fabric by folding in my 12 and a half this way. Then I'll measure 12 and a half in, and then still fold like so. But here I went ahead and measured 13 and a half, forgetting it was 12 and a half. You know, that's what they say, the hand is faster than the brain. So but later on, I'm going to trim that off. So this is it. And then before cutting out the waist circumference, I'll go ahead and cut out the shape of the box, which is 12 and half by 12 and half this way. So since it's going to be 2, I'll cut out same like this, same 12 and half, two twice. So I went ahead to fold the fabric same way, and I cut out two of this, and then I'll put this together before taking out the waist radius and the length of the peplum. Yeah, so here I'm measuring my waist circumference, which is 2.5. I'll measure that all across the that side like so, and then after doing that, I'll go ahead and measure the length of the peplum as well. You can take the measurement from the point of the radius, or you take it from the folded edge like so. If you are taking it from the folded edge, it's going to be the length you use when folding the fabric. But if you are taking it from the waist circumference, it's going to be the actual length of the peplum, which is 9. Okay. Yes, so this is where I realized that I was using 13 and a half instead of 12 and a half. So here is me reducing the length. You see. So yeah, I've gone ahead to cut out the shape of the peplum like so, and then I divided the two peplums like so. Okay, so we are moving to the sleeve part. So for this sleeve, you need your basic sleeve, which is your long sleeve block. So for this, you can divide the patterns as many as you can. Like you can divide it into like 5 sections, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But for this, my black fabric wasn't enough at all, so I just decided to divide the center, and then I'm going to spread out the center like so. So here I went ahead to place my pattern on the black fabric, which is the black material I'm using for the yoke and the sleeve. So for the spreading, because I didn't have enough black fabric, I spread out mine by 9 inches, but you can spread it as wide as you want, even if you don't split this into um many pieces. You can still spread just this one as wide as you want, and this will give you that exaggerated effect. But I love exaggerated sleeves, and I really wanted to make this bigger, but then my fabric wasn't enough. So here we are. This is what I have for the sleeve. So go ahead, and then in the next video I'll show you how you go ahead and stitch from the top side to the sleeve part. Thank you for watching, guys. Stay tuned and see you in my next video. Please like, share and subscribe.